What's poppin', Conroe High? Today's November 8th, 2018. I'm Juan.
And I'm David. On today's show, we'll be previewing a special interview with Coach Sneed and talking about the possible first animal drawings.
So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for today's episode of Total Recap.
Archaeologists have been exploring the Southeast Asian island of Borneo and may believe to have found paintings of animals dating back 40,000 years. Tucked deep in natural limestone cathedrals are a vast and ancient gallery of cave art. The paintings that were found were a trio of cows, like animals. These paintings suggest the earliest of human creativity, dating back anywhere from 52 to 40,000 years. This work edges out the previous holder of the earliest paintings found, but only by a few thousand years.
At 100 years old, Lieutenant Leslie Thompson still displays strong patriotism for his country, waking up every morning with a simple routine, getting out of his bed, walking up to his window and admiring the American flag before he salutes in his spring area backyard. Beginning his day serving in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, the United States Air Force veteran is still standing and fighting strong to stay healthy. With that being said, make sure you don't let age slow you down and stop you from enjoying your life. Now you'll see a special preview of Coach Sneed's interview with Angel.
All right, welcome, Mr. Buchan.
What's up, Angel? What's going on?
Nothing much. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, my name is Marquis Sneed, Coach Sneed. Is what I go by here in the hallways. I'm a teacher. I teach world history in the annex. So, yeah.
All right. Well, it's come to our attention that you've released an album called See You Soon 92.
Yeah.
Can you explain the title, what it means to you?
Yeah, See You Soon 92, man, is the title I decided to go with after going through a bunch of different titles. But the meaning of the title is I was born in 1992, you know, and so for me, See You Soon 92 is all about going back and viewing everything that you've been through in life, you know, the good times, the bad times, the ugly, and appreciating every single moment, you know, that you've ever been through, because you understand fully, you know, when you take back and you breathe, you look at everything, you realize that all that stuff has molded you into who you are. But sometimes we kind of focus on the negative, man. You know, you focus on the hardships, you know, your struggles, your pains. And so for me, it was all about me going back to the beginning of my life and processing just about every hard moment in my lifetime that I've ever been through, and to the point of appreciating it, you know, and allowing that to shift, you know, and to change my story, man. I think sometimes, you know, we all tell ourselves a story, you know, internally, but I think sometimes that story can be negative. So for me, it's all about making that story positive, man.
All right, so when did you start recording for this project?
Yeah, so I started recording in May, started writing songs in March. My first studio session was in Houston, and it was terrible, man. It was bad. It was horrible, man. I went in and I had about 20 takes on the first verse. Hearing my voice for the first time I'm like, wow, that's what I sound like. And so, I had to just keep going, developing in the booth, you know, keep trying different sounds and kind of, you know, feel my way on how I wanted my style to be, you know, my own flow. And it takes time, man. You know, it's a process with everything. So, I started off in May and been going ever since, man.
It's one of the biggest, things to, break through, right?
Yeah.
It's a very self-conscious thing, I believe.
It really is, man. When you begin something for the first time, you're naturally, most people aren't really good at it. And so sometimes people kind of get down on themselves because they want to do something, they enjoy this little thing and they want to be good at it. And it's like, you just started that. Yeah. And so you kind of you got to fall on your face a little bit. You know, you got to smile, you got to laugh, you got to be angry, you got to be frustrated a little bit, but you got to keep trying it out, man, and eventually you'll be good at it, you know, if you give it some time.
All right, so we'd like to transition into the next question, which is on a single song called Breaststrokes.
Yeah.
So we understand that you have a co-teacher, Coach Mui, who went through a year of cancer treatments every day. And so we would just like to know your experiences with that, and we also understand you had a sick uncle.
Yeah. So yeah, Coach Mui, she's my co-teacher in world history, and she is absolutely amazing, man. Told you she's my work mom. And she looks out for me. We built such a tight relationship over the past year, to where I mean that she's family, you know. And seeing her last year go through a lot of cancer treatments, I mean on a day-to-day basis, she was heading out, you know, and going to doctor's appointments. I mean, over and over and over and over again, man. And so to see her come back from those appointments and be able to teach class and actually pour into kids, you know, where a kid may be going through a problem, she kind of puts her stuff off to the side, you know, and she helps out that kid, did a lot for me. And it kind of taught me, like, hey, the stuff that I'm kind of going through really ain't that big of a deal, you know. Everybody has their own issues, but when you have something like that in your face, it makes you appreciate, you know, a lot of things that you do have. You know, you got to put stuff in perspective. You know, life is a beautiful thing, man. And so, you know, when your health is, you know, tested, man. I mean, or the people that you know of, you know, when their health is tested, kind of puts things in, you know, reality. You know, and so same thing with my uncle, man. He's been, that's my boy. That's my boy, man. He's been bedridden for like the past 10 years. Had a stroke. He was really big into music, used to work for Capitol Records. And so I let him hear the song Breaststrokes. And I knew once I had his approval, we were good. He was like, okay, you know, okay, you sound pretty good, nephew, you know. And so
you got that stamp of approval. All right, let's go.
Exactly, man. I mean, from a dude, you know, that's in the music, that knows music.
I want to touch back on the inspiration part, like in inspirations and the music part of it.
Right.
Did you have anybody specifically in mind when you were like recording? Like, I want to sound like this or make something. Like this?
Yeah, man. I'm a big. So I got 3 guys. I'm a big time. I like J. Cole because of his content. I like Kung Fu Kenny, Kendrick Lamar. I'm a Chance the Rapper fan too. I do like Logic. I like Lecrae and Mineo, man.
You can really hear those inspirations in your music.
Yeah, I thought you could, man. WLAK, just a bunch of guys, man. Big Crit. So I love Jasmine. There's a big composition of artists that I love. And so the tough part with that is, though your influence, you don't want to sound like exactly like these guys. But with anything that you do in life, you're going to be similar to somebody. You know, there's not.
You can't have an Albert Einstein without an Isaac Newton.
Exactly, man. I mean, you know, if you grow up, you know, and you have parents around you, and people say, hey, man, you act just like your dad, or you act just like your mom, you know. I mean, even in the booth, man, with music, you're going to sound like somebody. So it's like, you're inspired by these people, and you appreciate what they've done, you know, artistically. You want to be inspired. You want to take your own little mix to it, you know, add your little deal. You know, and then just, you know, whip it up and come out with your own stuff, man. So
it's a shame because we got a lot more questions to ask you, but we're going to have to wrap it up.
That's cool.
It was great meeting you, man.
You too, man. You too, Andrew.
Oh. Thanks, guys. I'm Josue, your weather anchor for today. Let's get straight into the facts, shall we? We'll be starting with the temperature as always, as today is going to be having a high of 71 and a low of 56, with a 40% chance of rain, which is going to be okay. As for the rest of the week, as you can see, you can expect the same about every day, so be prepared for that. And in the world of pollen, everything will stay about the same, so no worries there. And now to finish off with our fact of the day. Portland was named by a flip coin. Had the coin landed the other way, the city would now be called Boston, Oregon. I'm Josue. We'll be right back with a quick break.
Where you think you're going? It's my school.
Why are you bullying him?
Shut up. Give me your money.
Okay. Jeez. Here.
Henry, why'd you give him your money?
It's just money. It's nothing important.
Well, it doesn't matter now. Come help me pick up my papers.
All right.
Why'd you give him your money, Henry?
Don't worry about it. You know what? I'll report it on my anonymous alert app.
What's that?
What, the anonymous alert app?
Yeah, what does that do?
What it does is that you can put in your number and report the incident that just happened.
That's it?
Yep.
Thanks for that interview, Cushing. If you would like to watch the whole interview, we'll be posting it on our channel tomorrow.
Texas A&M Engineering Department will be in the CCC at 11 a.m. today. Sign up through Naviance to speak to a representative. Come by the CCC this Friday at 6:45 a.m. For senior coffee. Teachers at CHS Main and CHS 9 will be collecting canned goods today through November 15th. The items at the main should be delivered to room 160 starting at 1, and the items at CHS 9 will be picked up with further details to come. The winning teachers will be able to designate which of their classes had the most participation to be rewarded with pizza from administration and drinks and desserts provided by the Leo Club.
The CHS Talent Show is next Thursday, November 15th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets pre-sale now for just $5 or $10 at the door. Our club will be meeting Tuesday, November 13th. Join us to make Thanksgiving cards for the kids at Texas Children's Hospital. And Student Council Teachers of the Month, Ms. Paulina and Mr. Bola. And Student Council Students of the Month, Haley Britton and Jacob Johns. Both teachers and students will receive lunch on Friday donated by Canes.
Those are all the announcements that we have for today. Make sure you turn in next week for KTIG News.
As always, CHS, start strong, finish strong. Make sure to tune in next week for more KTIG news.